G'day. So, blockchain, buzzwords, scam, or the future? If you're not sure, then you're not alone.
Today, we're going to clear up the confusion and tackle some of the biggest myths around blockchain and crypto, minus the tech jargon.
Yeah, so we're also building an application called DigiDonate to help make donations more transparent using blockchain. But this series isn't about selling you DigiDonate or anything. It's about helping you understand the technology that we are working with.
And we'll answer your questions along the way, so just drop them in the comments as we go.
Awesome. So there's a couple myths that have circulated around the blockchain industry, and so let's take the first one. So blockchain is only for tech experts.
This myth sticks because it sounds complicated. It sounds, decentralized, cryptographic, hashing. It's easy to feel like you need a degree just to understand it.
Well, but here's what it actually is. It's a public record. Think of it like a big Google spreadsheet that's shared with millions of people, except when something is added to that spreadsheet, then you can't ever change it again. It's permanent.
And using it's easier than understanding it. Most people interact with blockchain through applications that look and feel like regular mobile banking apps.
So, for example, when you're sending crypto, it works exactly the same way as your Venmo, your PayPal, and almost like your simple bank transaction. You just scan the code and hit send, and it's done.
And since everything's recorded publicly, it's completely transparent. You can track your transactions step by step without needing to trust any middleman.
So, no, you don't need to code or memorize technical terms to use blockchain. You just need to download an app and start exploring, and that's as simple as that. I think that sort of sums up this myth. If you want us to take a bit of a more deeper dive into it, just drop a line at the comments and let us know. We can expand on it a little bit more. Let's grab myth number 2. So crypto is just a scam.
Well, this one makes a bit more sense because honestly, there are and have been a lot of scams in crypto. There's a lot of bad actors out there using crypto. But just like there are email scams and credit card fraud, it doesn't mean that the technology itself is a scam.
Exactly, yeah. So that is the key difference. Crypto isn't the scam, it's actually a tool. Think of it like cash. You can use cash to buy groceries, right? Or to even bribe someone, which, well, don't. It's illegal, yeah? But the tool itself isn't the problem.
No, in fact, blockchain actually makes the scams harder, not easier, because every transaction is recorded publicly and permanently. If someone tries to mess with the data, the entire network notices.
So, for example, when charities use block, donors can track where their money goes step by step, and you don't have to trust third party. You can just go simply and verify the ledger yourself at the blockchain directly.
Now, scams do happen, especially with fake projects, and it's why it's important to double check the source and never send money to random addresses without verification.
So while scammers still exist, the technology itself is built around transparency and security, the exact opposite of what a scam needs. So again, same thing. So if you want us to expand on it a little bit further, just let us know, drop a line in the comments, and we're happy to take a bit of a deeper dive into this one as well. And let's grab the last one that we got for this episode lined up. So blockchain is only for buying crypto. Tim, what do you reckon?
Well, this is a big one because most people's first introduction to blockchain is with Bitcoin or Ethereum or Dogecoin or any of the currency applications. So it's easy to think that it's just about buying tokens.
But it's actually a lot bigger than that, isn't it? So it's like we're already being used to stuff like digital identity verification. It's been used for supply chain tracking or even voting systems, because think about it. So if you want to run a proper democracy and everyone's got a verified wallet, which we can explain in a future episode, you cast your vote, it can't be changed. So there's no cheating the system.
Yeah, and we'll take Walmart, for example. They use blockchain to track food from farms to shelves. If there's a contamination issue, they can track it back to the exact source in seconds.
And well, in donations as well, obviously. So blockchain allows donors to track their contributions in real time. And imagine giving $10 and being able to see when it's spent and what it's spent on.
And there's also smart contracts, which are like automated agreements. They execute actions automatically when conditions are met. So there's no need for banks, lawyers, or third parties.
So, while crypto is one use case, blockchain's already shaping industries in finance, healthcare, and even gaming as well.
And the takeaway from this, blockchain's it's way more than just digital money. It's a tool that's redefining trust and transparency across industries.
Yeah, so my final takeaway, let's recap it. So, blockchain is not just for tech geeks, it's for anyone who really values transparency. It's not a scam, it is a tool. And whether it's used for good or bad depends on the people using it. And it's not just for buying crypto, it's being applied across industries to solve real world problems.
Yeah, and that's why we're so excited about it. It's not just theoretical, it's already changing the way that we think about trust, security, and transparency.
We'll definitely cover more topics in the next episodes.
And if you've got questions, drop them in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's next.
Yep, beautiful. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Ciao.
Thank you. Ciao.